Hello friends, welcome to the Ielts Dynamite channel. Today we have a new video about another type of question, which is sentence completion question. You may find this type of question on your exam paper while taking the Ielts reading test. So please, if you like the video, don't forget to press like and subscribe my channel so the new videos arrive to you as soon as I upload them on YouTube, and share it with your friends. This video demonstrates what is sentence completion question, how to answer it, tips, examples of this question with answers. Sentence completion question. What is sentence completion question? This question might be asked by people who are taking the Ielts for the first time, or people who are preparing for the Ielts. It is a question that gives you some sentences with gaps, and you must refer to the passage in order to pick the word or words required for filling gaps. For example, this is how the question looks like. Complete the sentences below with words taken from the reading passage. Use no more than 3 words for each answer. Here you have the instructions of the question, which is called rubric of the question. So, in the rubric of the question, there is an instruction that use no more than 3 words. This is very important. We're gonna see here that is the question, and you have a gap. In order to fill it, you have to refer to the passage and find the answer. Many developers prefer mass-produced houses because the Dutch development was welcomed by helpful tips. Tip number 1. Look at the rubric of the question. Does it demand no more than 1 word, no more than 2 words, no more than 3 words, no more than 3 words, and or a number? So here you have in the rubric the requirements that you need to follow. Respect the rubric of the question and stick to it in your answer. So if the question demands 1 word, so if you supply 2 words, it will be wrong, even if one of the 2 words is the correct answer. You have to stick to what is mentioned in the rubric. That is very important. If the question demands 2 words, so do not supply a number since it did not ask for a number. Tip number 3. If the question demands 3 words and or a number, this means you may supply 3 words only, 3 words and a number only. You must identify the part of speech of the missing word. This part of speech is an indicator that hints the required answer. What is part of speech? It is what is the word. If the word is a noun, so its part of speech is noun. Is it a verb? Is it an adjective? Is it an adverb? So here I need to recognize the part of speech so I can identify what is required from me. Do I need a noun for filling this gap, or I need a verb, or I need an adjective, or I need an adverb? This is very important. Like here in the example, there were 3 that changed their habitats. For every sentence, there is an indicator to the type or the part of speech that is required. Like here in this sentence, you have the word 3 or the adjective 3. Here it shows that, or it indicates that, or it hints that it's followed by a noun. So the gap here should be filled by a noun, and it needs to be plural. It can never be singular. So if you find a word that you suspect that it is the right answer in the passage and this word is singular, make sure it's wrong. Try to find the plural noun because 3 is usually followed by a plural noun. Some carried the pollens to flowers. The indicator is some here. It's usually followed by a noun. It may be uncountable noun, like, for example, rice, like macaroni, like, or we have a lot of uncountable noun, like sand. Or it may be plural countable noun, like a noun plus s or es or ies according to the word itself, like friends, cars, etc. Nocturnal animals space or blink during the night time. Here, nocturnal animal is the subject here we have, and it requires a verb. So the indicator here is that I have a subject, it's followed by a blink, which requires a verb. The causes a high rate of pollution. The indicator here is the. It must be followed by a or an accountable or uncountable noun. So the here is an article that requires a noun. So I know from this, or it indicates to me, it hints to me that a noun is required, so a verb will be wrong, an adjective will be wrong, but I need a noun. Maybe a noun, this noun is preceded by an adjective, is okay. If I can supply more than one word, if I can supply 2 words, if I have a noun preceded by an adjective, it's okay. Many celebrated the victory. Many is an indicator that I have a countable noun which is plural that follows it. So I need to supply a plural countable noun, like many soldiers, many warriors, whatsoever. Scientists are space or blank of the new discovery. The indicator is are. Verb to be here is the indicator. Of course, verb to be is am, is, are in present, was, were in past, and will be in future, have been or has been in the present perfect, and in different tenses you can find verb to be. Verb to be is usually followed by an adjective. Okay, so I'm going to look for an adjective in the text. The drunken man drove, and you have a space here. The indicator here is drove, a verb, which requires an adverb to complete it. So it must be followed by an adverb. So in my searching the passage, or I will try to find out the paragraph and identify the adverbs I have, so I can choose the one I feel is the correct answer. Technique of answering this question. Number 1, scan the passage for the clue words which you previously underlined in the question. Whenever you look at a question, sentence completion question, I need to underline the clue words. The clue words are the most important words that will guide me to find the paragraph that has the answer. So the clue words are very important. I underline them and I refer to the passage, try to find the paragraph that has the same clue words. Number 2, find the paragraph which contains the answer. I try to find out the paragraph by using the clue words I mentioned before. Number 3, understand the question and then understand the paragraph which contains the answer. I need to understand both of them, because the answer is not obvious for you. There's, as we said, we're gonna see there are kind of changes that happen Why? In order to make it somehow difficult. Number 4, look at all the words that have the same part of speech of the missing word or words. For example, my answer is supposed to be a verb, so I locate all the verbs in this paragraph and I try to figure out which verb can suit the meaning here to supply it. Number 5, according to your understanding, pick the right one. Should I look for the exact sentences in that passage? The answer is no. Because of the technique of paraphrasing, restructuring, or using synonyms that are usually applied by Ielts. Usually in Ielts tests you will never find the same sentence copied in the passage because there are 3 ways of writing the question here are usually applied in Ielts. Technique of paraphrasing, they paraphrase the question, so they write it in other words which have the same meaning, or they restructure it, so they change the structure of the sentence, or they use the synonyms, words with the same meaning but they are different. So in this way you find that there are 3 techniques that are used in making the question, so that don't try to find the exact sentence in the paragraph or in the passage, because you will not find them the same as they are. Note, the answers to that type of questions are usually put in the right order in the passage, which makes it easy. Note, make sure that if the missing word is a verb, it agrees with the subject in the question. Subject-verb agreement, which is very important here. This tip here tackles the grammar you should have before taking the Ielts reading test. Yes, it's reading, but grammar here helps you. In what way? When I say the banks at 8 o'clock a.m., the answer must be open and not opens. If you put s here, so the answer will be wrong, although the same word is used here. Why? Because the verb should agree with the subject. What is to agree? To follow. If the subject is plural, so the verb goes in the same way plural. If this, or in the same way it agrees. If the subject is singular, so the verb should take the correct form. So subject-verb agreement is very important. You need to review before taking any Ielts test. Don't forget, always in Ielts read the question and then search for the answers and not the opposite. Don't try to start by reading the text first, because it's a waste of time. It takes a lot of time, because if you do this, it means that you need to go to read the question and then you go back again to try to read in the passage and figure out which paragraph you need. Actually, in Ielts reading, you are not reading the passage, you are trying to locate the answers in the passage, which is the most important thing, because time is very limited. Time is your only enemy in the Ielts reading. Make sure that you spell the words correctly. One letter wrong makes it a wrong answer. For example, if the answer is the word rain, R-A-I-N, and you write it R-E-I-N, so the answer will be definitely wrong. You have to supply the correct spelling. How answer words are counted? A or an is a word. The is one word. Hyphenated compound nouns are one word. Like, for example, when I say load bearing, all of this, the 2 words together, are counted as one word because they are considered as one word. So in your answer, if you have he wants no more than one word, and the answer is supposed to be load bearing. Yes, it's correct because it's a hyphenated compound noun, two nouns connected together by a hyphen, as you can see. Compound nouns with no spaces are considered one word too. Like for example, wallpaper. This word consists of two words, wall and paper, but still in English language is considered only one word because it's a compound noun. So in your answer, if the gap requires only one word, and the answer is supposed to be like wallpaper, is considered to be one word. Okay? Practice. Now we will see how to answer sentence completion question. Please don't forget, if you like the video, press like and subscribe my channel so the new videos arrive to you as soon as I upload them. Thanks for watching, and please share it with your friends.